Shapere Molweni Molweni. I hope everyone is now. We want to welcome you to the first, second, last and episode. And yes, man, because I think we're close to the end.
Yeah. Yeah, wena ungukhanda chisa subambekisa izotibanisa inhloko nebhuda budi yandinge eqongeni budi yahluphe embokweni budi phandele dadeni.
Shafere kanjani bafethu sifuna unibulisa kwi-second episode yeNcokoyebhudas Molweni coffee shop. Ungayazi bayiphi is at corner Dorman Street. Ibiza kahle noma ndijoba because I'm questioning ngale address. Oh yeah, it's at Dorman Street. Namhlanje siphethe enye yebhudas ebalulekileyo and Bhuteri. I don't know how long it has been. It's the same, like we've been waiting again. Because that's the same thing I said. I think we've been waiting for his Grootman song because we're like, okay, hey, we gotta do this, and nothing has been really coming out. But now, namhlanje, siphethe Mr. Victim. Sure, Bhuteri, great that.
Same below and ball otherwise.
The great now, Bhuteri. That's crazy, is that we've known each other for quite some time, and namhlanje it's our first time meeting.
First time.
First But it's a time. Bhuteri, man, because we've been chatting on the socials, sharing your posts and your music and all that. But we were here chatting about Bhuteri, man,
yeah, man, it's so bulela, I'm not Bhuteri.
But except Bhuteri, yeah, man. So Mr. Victim Nangam. So he's a professional model and he makes music, hip hop, or how would you define the sound? Yeah.
Suburban Spaza.
Suburban Spaza, yes. Okay. So would you put it? Is it a category hip hop? Can you use it?
It's hip hop most definitely. It's Spaza out here.
Okay. Oh, it's Spaza. So if I know, I'm gonna put it because you find I'm gonna put the Roman is like I did Spaza. Now we're not doing this Spaza.
If it's true, I don't fall under. It's very concert rap or concert rap. Okay, I just take it as by Spaza. But yeah, of course, I'm up with that. They came before. It's just a matter of your understanding. You're like saying, when you push and misunderstanding. But we cannot take away from the fact that you only make up as Spaza. Sure. The fact that you mix
the influence,
it's not even influence. We are doing it. Your lyrics and Spaza, so about the fact that you mix Cape Town, Cape Flat slang, you know. This Spaza automatically.
So, there is police about victim. Victim.
So, victim, now so fun funk. Understand? Machai, Ocho? Understand? Originally in Pume Worcester, is a Temba.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, but Wokola and Kulila, Pagul Kapa, you know, Minister Fear.
Sure.
Yeah, the police are only it, understand? Yeah, I'm the youngest of two. So there's a Grootman who is behind each and every word I say on every song. So let's believe yeah, that's like my business partner and Tola see Spana together on each and everything, whether it be in Wango, whether it be whatever. I could most likely say so. I get it from him. Yeah, so it's more or less, yeah, it's like a give and take thing. And but yeah, so yeah, I come from a background, you know, bittersweet, man, you know, typical life of Utaki and all. This is corners, I mean, okay, the new one, that's because I mean, no, it's a watch of a kind, yeah, but yeah. So even
when all it
yeah, just the three of us.
So how was it growing with you, Bhuteri, and what kind of if you call it like brothers where they give any of you highlights the fights in the Bhuteri?
They say actually so that's how fucking good the relationship has been even since that's just how it always was. I never understood but to me it was always the norm. Like it's somebody that I connect with on that level, you understand? As much as he was older than me, but it always take me around wherever. Not too old, I won't expose him like that, but he's like 5 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
He's 5 years older than me.
Who victim na 17?
I'm 17. But yeah, so Ibudera he played a huge role, man, about just in molding my life, about introducing me to this rap shit. Everything. The way Victim talks, walks, definitely is that name. Definitely does that make. Yeah.
So how was the whole thing? Because there's been fights or whatever. So how was the primary to high school? Because at what stage when you, before you even got to actually rap, what like is the stage where you were influenced by this whole thing, and maybe what led into you by my own to
so you see, we were at the same primary school, which is Stratford Primary School. Yeah, we grew up at. But from high school, we went our separate ways, So yeah, but with this rap thing, it was always there,
Sure.
We had you seen a cousin here too, who was older than us. He was that, I could say, Mandikula basically in the era in which you quite be say high essay, there was that decline, say Singoma Paputi Ozola during the last couple of pitch black, that was towards rap between quite and rap type shit, you understand? So but we had Grootman here too, Bekikas, They like everything that we saw on TV, he was exactly that, from the cornrows, basketball, Yachima, understand? And we were like just fascinated by the way, you was it, But no, okay, was way by so much, and he used to have like these cassette tapes, cassette at the time, and had to be seen VHS, VHS player, so like the cassette player thing. So he would like tape as well. Channel I say pop-up channel on SABC1 at the time.
Sure.
Before it became an official channel like on DSTV.
Okay, I remember that time.
So he would like tape Zonke Zoim. That was a huge Busta Rhymes fan, Kanye, Chica, whatnot. Yeah. Because I mean that was not the time that's in Kalubasa, he's been in the hip hop shit, but so yeah, pick up taking note about. So it was around that time when I'm going to start. It's okay, hip hop,
Sure.
Just rapping along to it. But as for me to rap, I was never forward. I started like literally picking up the pen in 2012. Rapper. Yeah, that's like 2012. And a lot, there was also just by the, that's all much the create man because back then it was like kind of weird because by itself we are rapper and face
Sure.
I mean, Tina Skule kasi speed or who's it? Understand what rapper? I know the last.
Sure.
But as much as the influence in hip hop was always there, from style to whatever, because I could say I was living the pig in the middle type of lifestyle. Understand?
Sure.
1 minute is so kasi, couldn't take the next minute is the reference, feeling a makongo, this sneaker wear, whatever. So now I'm also adapt to this shit. Understand? So yeah, it was definitely 2012 where I felt like it's let me pick up the pen, man.
Africans
no. What? Oh, quick. It's so quick. It's so quick.
So, so where did the modeling come in? Like, introduce
modeling late 2016.
Okay. So then you got into
most definitely, but it was the music, even the way like even this title of Bama model, I've been like for quite a while. Being fighter, I've been like I don't model much, the rapper, but I just so happened to be good for the job. You understand? But I didn't want to be known for La Way because it was kind of overshadowing the fact that, but actually I rap with it.
Oh,
more than anything, I rap. So Otherwise, like, if you get 2016, I was at Shelf Life this one day, you know, trying to put there.
Yeah.
Bought it. So,
That was like what? Pardon? Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Sure, sir.
Otherwise, exactly. So, yeah, it's a Shelf Life, I'm telling you. I made a play out here. Rick, he was actually assisting me in Spanner at the time.
Sure.
Yabo. Shout out to Rick and Paulson. He's the homie that put me on. Yabo. At the time, he had a brand with a new outside. Yabo. It was called Youth 95. So I'm just no mamela out here, man. Kavil sangena yabo, and I like your whatever your stance. Ring your link first at the time and totally lied. Totally lied. You understand? So. Okay, I think chita no mamela mfethu man masichunele we yabo. Shoot mfethu awushaya nje man yabo. Obviously non-paying gig yabo nathi saherez. Okay, yeah, sharp show mfethu yabo. Same time nami ngifabulethele olethi kuvele we so ana libela basele ekusaqonda man yabo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, no ndiye, and from there except it was magic yabo. Yeah, I just started getting, I don't want to call it luck yabo. I don't believe in luck. Everything is meant to be.
Sure.
Everything is meant to be. So from there, Abantu just started noticing the face on social media. They were like, "Sir, behind out, Tola Valley out." You know? That's when go there's new brands they wanted to about, and I also linked up with the Daily Paper. Yeah,
So through Talebo role in you, because the editor your article said you're stepping into modeling.
Yeah.
And she was like, go ahead. So how has it been your relationship happening?
It's been the tightest of time. Unfortunately, it's been the tightest of time. The lady, she was always supportive,
Sure.
She never questioned like you always have. Like I would have songs that literally and she wouldn't question a damn thing. And that's cool line but she never questioned it. But it's was it? Yeah. And she would normally like tell this story by itself. As a catch, my parents were still married. She would always say, like, man, you couldn't fail to cook on didn't keyboard. You get trumpet and for some fucking reason, I guess. No one plays the shit at that game. But try back, I know lately, Uti, time I always believe, but he just always knew about corners going to go. Doesn't matter what type of music, but the corners are going to go. Either one. And that so happened by Grootman had the ear, and now I had the skill. You understand? So that is why you make sure about choose lay beat, not layer. And so sukuti the cadence I go grand. Better lay flow, see better lay shine. You understand? But as for writing now, I write my own shit. But
that bit because I was
no way. No way. No, I write my own shit out here. I write my own shit. Always have, always will. And it's born it in a ghostwriter. But I believe though in teamwork, so if it needs to
spice it up.
Yeah, to spice it up. Most definitely, it's music at the end of the day. So Oleti, she definitely was hands-on. Even to getting equipment and all those stuff. She was always there. You understand? Like equipment, I'm the toilet via Oleti, and this which it was my own hustle. Zana spana, my feet. Zana spana, my feet. Zangina spana. You understand?
Sure, damn.
I've always figured out my way life in, you understand, but at the same time, I won't take the credit away from your OLED. Believe I OLED. You understand?
Shout out to you, OLED.
Shout out to you, OLED. Also, whenever I need it, always chill. Okay, no. Man, add them now. Okay, understand? To the point where we were able to get all the equipment, together. And we recorded that craziest project that I did, a story told illegally. Yeah, but she's been hands-on, man, with everything. Like, she's been very much supportive. Every fucking thing. I won't lie.
My character. So, again, I'm stepping into the music now. Because before we talk about where story told illegal. Junebug this time.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, Junebug freestyle.
Yeah. Do I take it out? Do I?
Yeah, that's what she said. Do I take
Okay,
it out?
okay.
No, take it out.
Oh, hi, man.
Okay,
sure.
I'm not.
Yeah, number 9 time, my God.
Oh, say. I'm one is caught. Junebug freestyle.
Junebug freestyle. Hey, tiding. Shout out to Ikona Itwana Fetu Epumai Worcester. Goes by the name Jose Hoven. Shout out to Jose. One of his youngins that are coming up. It's fucking crazy on the mic, you understand?
Sure.
I'm on what he did, Pescla Peter. This is like probably
Was it during la challenge with Junebug?
Yeah, it was during that time, yabo. Umchita kibela Pescla Peter ngonde achonga amchita yenzelikaga lebe. Achonga yenzela fucked up. It is around like 7 a.m. They say born in Sepeti, nqa bone la ucava nje phone bone umamela.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell. Within 2 minutes, I did that whole thing. Come on,
dog.
and I was like, John Fuga Kulensas and think it was. That's literally what happened. Yavuka, Kingikaga, to Kibela le beat now. You understand? And that's how it went. Yabo. And I drop out on that very same Friday.
Exactly.
Yabo.
That's what she said, man. He lied. Lied up. They use right. They use. Technology has better. Oh yeah. I like it now. Light. Oh, funny you say they eat. Yeah, flicker. Oh, okay. Hey, technology. From technology to technology. Green.
Yeah, it should be green.
Okay, yeah, green, like a green.
Yeah, like
it's a good signal. Show the 2 minutes there.
Yeah, that's like that's a 2 minute thing. Except for to my yabo when I write away is fana no Junebug, no. Anything pop like anything commercial to me.
Oh yeah.
I cannot spend 30 minutes to it because as Asba by heart I'm a storyteller. So if I end up thinking too much, disappearing against way deep, and it's not even that deep, my dog. You understand? So I much rather just freestyle. It's the same thing when I did on Timbis Theater, you know. Shout out to Dan Stina. I freestyled like that verse and Funuchi. The freestyle la way I never wrote a single thing. You will never find those lyrics anywhere, whether it be on my phone or as lyrics.
Oh.
Since I listen.
Don't is it really?
No, so I was just told it. So I was just told out time. But yeah, man, the trackers in Jaya, they just come out and yeah.
Yeah. Because now I'm not going to be talking about with you stepping into modeling and making music and stuff. Now the was as a model before I knew the music.
Most definitely.
And the first song I heard when I listened to Dan Kaluvanga, as an line.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
That was the first song he knew. I'm like, okay, there's Uvik, only links. I'm like, okay, let me listen to this track and shit. Yeah, that's all I can say. Tell us about like the track. What we tell you on the track?
Yeah, it's but it's self-explanatory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but la track I wrote it during. Let's cut the COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
It was during that time. I recorded and I wrote and I recorded that track and I dropped it during that time too.
How long did it take you to realize that?
Probably, it was definitely a day. It took me definitely a day. Definitely a day. Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely a day.
It's like,
like I say, even it's the same thing with Asna Line. It's not a serious song. You understand? It's not a serious. Anything that's not serious, trust me. You can ask like most of the artists right now in Cape Town that have asked me for a verse.
Sure.
I get back to them within a couple of minutes.
Now.
With a verse.
Shit.
I get back to them. That's a guarantee. You understand? But I cannot mention who and who because as Kapumes or Drake so Anfun Bindi.
I always tell myself my exclusive.
Mbilo in ball, Shael.
Okay. But we hope on now into a story told legal.
Okay. Okay.
Dope intro, by the way, because like ultimately Wally. Wally is an artist from Delft, and
Shout out Wally.
Shout out to you, Wally. Umchita, Mameli Sison was like excited, Mamela Lewe, and dope intro, by the way. And he had a comic live yesterday earlier on. The comments that he made on that for someone who can't Mamela, because I was like, okay, here's this out to you that you need to listen to, and we're from the mixtape. It's not an EP, it's a mixtape. It's a mixtape. Okay, mixtape or mixtape. So tell us about the whole process, because Umchita, like the impression that I got from him, it was a different reaction from what because he's someone who makes music.
Okay.
And he's a fantastic artist. So the reaction was like, okay, this is something different. The execution yako and the introduction to your mixtape, it's quite nice. So the process, how long did it take you? Because people said, I know if it's it'll take 2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes. In 2 minutes window.
Oh my fuck. Story told illegal, yeah, ish. That project, first of all, I'll tell you, it's revolutionary for me personally. Understand? And let me break it down. Why? Number one, a story told illegally came out as a mixtape.
Sure.
Quick era where motherfuckers are pushing EPs and albums only. Ngabili ka getting fit in a mixtape. I double dare you show me a motherfucker right now it is a mixtape. You understand? Now I'm from the era where Kuliswa go Wayne in rap, like Lil Wayne. You understand? And that was the mixtape era. You understand? Yo Choco Drake. You understand? And to me a mixtape was the closest thing to an album. It was like the pre-album. You understand? It was like Mandika enjoy an idea of what I can do to an album. You understand? That is what mixtapes were to me. You understand? And my understanding of an EP, of course, no definition ya yourselves toil and now by EP even though I'm but because EP nandan kula and decides by it's like a compilation of songs that you have recorded but azangu's coupe mixed with some of the songs that we know that are your personal favorites as an artist. You understand? And normally EP would be like 5 songs or whatever, but these days now it's like EPs, So number one, I dropped a mixtape in an era of EPs. Number two, in an era where everyone is talking about originality, go get a producer or make your own beats, I jumped on type beats. Zonke beats it downloaded.
And was like it's not that
it. I made an EP out of type beats in 2021.
Sure. Yeah, last year.
It was last year. So I'll tell it's out of this world, you understand? For me personally, I felt like the challenge game, Kalawe. And I challenged my audience, I challenged myself as well by saying this akwazi email when abantu xa besithi kaka yanole uzeli, you understand? This akwazi email now, you understand? And the execution was perfect, you understand? And on top of that, I took it back to how Spaza was. I kept it raw. Spaza was raw. Spaza was raw and dizamile. It's nothing. It's not. I could say it's close to Spaza, ne? With the rawness, because I say Spaza. Incokoyebhudas Mabhuteri.
Like you used to.
Makes sense. Ezinye izithuko nangiqala uziva phanga ngise yaphila igama habi ngayifesta bayaphila le. Sure. But I'll tell so, and on top of that I made sure that mixtape was only mixed nalapho, mixed nje apho nalapho, but it was not mastered. That is why ezinye tracking artists khale 13, ezinye artists 10. We kept it raw, we kept it straight by accessory recorder le check inan.
It's like that, just a woman to that.
Antola kanjani? Amapansula jabulile. Understand?
Yes, Spaza. Go by any influences, the Buddhas that did it for you in terms of the Spaza and you grew up listening.
To me, most definitely has to be Chankura.
Sure.
Yeah, so Chankura, that was like easy. That was easy.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yo, Changura.
And with how raw I had the whole backyard mixtape. I mean, it was a backyard, was it?
Backyard. Backyard.
It was backyard, yeah. I have the whole mixtape now, once in I still have the CD.
Sure, damn.
And with how raw that sound was, still supported Tolava, Olate introduced me to that mix to that CD.
Yeah, cool mom.
Because the Olate, Uspana and Olate
Oh,
so, yeah, as it is, and I want the saying, you know, scale.
Oh, I know it is that. Long doing shit.
Fucked up, man. So yeah, so she introduced me to that mixtape. Like, I said, I know, okay, you know, Sikas Banban, I won't say the name, of course. My mail and tape.
Sure.
Bumped that shit. That shit changed my life.
Excited.
That shit was crazy. When I bumped that shit, and obviously 3 months scarp, oh my god. If you listen to a Victim, you know, one in my top 5, you know, favorite rappers that are dead or alive. Understand? And the guy so the Klaluyaz.
Sure, there.
Nas number 1.
No, okay.
Park number 2.
Sure.
Way number 3. Number 4 I put to for the influence. And at number 5 I put to Usha with the man's card.
Sure, damn.
That's my top 5.
What like
Usha.
Usha.
Nigga with the gold tooth.
Yeah.
It's that nigga.
Shit.
So that's just the sound that molded and, you know, made with it, you understand?
Oh, yeah.
If you listen to the storytelling, especially when I go more lenient with Kalale and the scores, I understand, you can hear like influences Spaza, my choice of wording, you know, even slang some in the Spanish side.
Sure.
And I see if about, okay, this is not some one-up.
Yeah, that's it. I fake quality. Sure, that.
I understand. It's how I speak from day to day. I understand. It's how I communicate. So yeah, it's, that's just like Changora. That's the
That's the main man.
That's the main man.
That's
That's the
it,
main
yeah.
man. Like above all, I know there's even, you know, they even like other artists who like this Spaza, you know,
Sure.
with like lyricism, you know, strong or whatever. But Changora just said that thing.
That one, yeah, okay.
He
No,
just said-
you know, when
He just said that thing. Yeah.
Into the Cyphers, was it something that you've ever attended Oganye? Because as far as this one now, in that's one thing I can say. Like La Era Spaza, there were a lot of Cyphers there. At shopping malls, like see, maybe credit that way. Yes, but there's always a gathering in Netherlands. That's where most of these artists will start to banana bopa. But now it's not something that you ever find in nowadays. The ends were up on a lap because I think there was one a few weeks back, or 2 weeks back, in Kailicha where there were I think this other dude was battling, I think Uratex or someone like that. Not Vegeta was battling against it. So was it into we was it was okay, no, when you were a rapper and just got into the way that you did, there were no Cyphers or anything.
Most definitely back in Worcester, the Cyphers are like a thing.
Still now?
They used to actually, Maninga team, thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Maninga team, they were a thing. Back then, as cut to say, they used to call it what? Sneaker nights, sneaker sessions, something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, at that time it was like heavy Cyphers, understand? And I used to be like a part of it, you understand? Even a match was clear, a match that understand? Like to beat same time, get understand? But as far as like Cape Town, I missed out a lot with Cypher. We always buy like Cyphers mainly because Anakas map, I understand?
Sure.
So and Anakas, I could say, okay, come and get Okumekasi culture wherever, no.
Sure.
So let's get it from the I understand? You can't do like that. You understand? That's basically that's the only cycle you get, you understand? But yeah, as far as like just having, I have Cyphers in my head, of course. Yeah,
Sure.
understand. The first ever experience of like a Cypher session or whatever that I've ever had in life, in this crazy story. It was with Bravo the Room.
Serious?
This was before Bravo came with
Became
Bravo.
Bravo, sure. Okay.
With the Bravo, Tibana naye, sihlangana at the sneaker exchange. Sneaker exchange. This was the one in, I think it was 2017 or something. But we were in Kumbulayo though. There used to be Mostwing again, you understand? But this was like the first one. I say Grand West. I remember that shit.
Sure.
It was in Grand West. I met Sabes Kasatakalana. We never knew each other. We just gravitated towards each other. Understand? In fact, out here, I'm Africa. Saying no one now, I'm matching. Young Shaka by say, I'm between Tibetan and woman, I'm matching. Okay, sure. Say, I know. Movie. Okay, I sure. At the time, I just did my first shoot with Ulrich, you understand?
Okay,
understand? Even Umchitana, you like it said. Needs as Pestaniki, you know, understand? But it was just a matter of like, say, I'm a rapper, I say, I'm a rapper, so I'm a CM fit.
Sure.
Now, when from there, I complimented each other, so it's car, I know, and from there, probably it was just that thing about every time I was on a big sneaker exchange. We used to, you know, meet up all the time, just bump into each other. So yeah, that's just my only experience of the Cypher and King Time basically. Shit, my sister.
It shows as a scale. But yes, what you come cake?
But there was this one time, let's get it. Because I had made the shift from Crazy, until Crazy, understand? Herald Crazy, Chain Town. And then I had, when it was that time, okay, we changed his subject about grade 10, whatnot.
Sure.
Then I moved, I switched the scale. I started at high school. 2015, now I'm giving him my age, as much as I was a grade behind him. But you know,
but yeah, I'll let that slide.
So I think up high scale, I think there was like how much when is it brothers in fact how much?
Sure.
But obviously the 1 year.
Yeah.
And how much that was on the rap? So how much that rap? Well, I'm obvious. And though it was not hard for me to tap in Pisces scale because the scale I sing on, so I damn near knew half of the scale. So they already knew what I was about. But I'm just gonna rap, you know. So, hlangana nomjita okay. Thiwa mekisema jita khani, you know, young bet undondon. Hayi sana benze likaka boyithu amajita. It was like to and the funny thing was that surely they been to the niggas that were there scaler because number one, Uvik cannot freestyle. But it was a freestyle battle and I killed a match to the freestyle. So the fact that I can kill you with freestyle, that means go like this. Sure. You understand? And then there was a cypher after school with this one homie, which was kind of sort of taped.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I also won that one, you know. But yeah, it wasn't a thing. But even though we push out to a point where we make money out of it, or the kids make money where they can just bet on.
Sure.
Which one is the best one, you know?
Which one is this one?
You understand?
Sure.
Tiger every Friday, say cypher, you know?
So, will be obvious, well, Uviki, we are not anyway.
I'm in his team.
Sure, we did.
I'm the fucking giant.
Oh yeah, that's how it should be. Levels feel. Except that. So moving on now onto the project again. Ukazi. There's quite a few songs that I would like to tell you. Ah! Yes. George. Okay. Yeah. So considering Ukazi that. The like the process of you writing that track, was it you just make sure that within a day or 2 minutes or what stuff. So take me through the process of the few tracks. Okay, let's say it highlights from the mixtape, but starting with
Ukazi, it's a good start because it was the first song that was recorded in the mixtape.
Sure.
I drank a pan of it. Ukazi. Yeah, no, that was like, it challenged me.
Sure.
was a huge challenge. Nobody took me like a week plus. Unfortunately, that shit was a challenge. I understand. Mainly because in a ringer about Ukazi, obviously Ukazi is a female. It's a reference to a female Ukazi, you know. And I didn't want to say anything fucked up, especially Ukazi came out and was recording during the time of the whole, you know, unfortunate situation with Umndeni.
Yeah.
It was made during that time.
Sure.
So I made sure any and everything that I say on this song, I don't say anything fucked up, you know?
You take moving
I
on.
cannot fuck it up or anything like that. You understand? So with Ukazi, I made sure about it's a poem / story.
Sure.
And Funuchia, where I come from, there's no one that really has a story as far as line. So it's not like I told someone's story, but of course, up on a lap is a corner, is a pachaka, is there's a story, understand? So
but sorry to cut you on that. Like Latreki, I don't know if you remember Gubangu Simbone, Nonsundu. Do you know like you call it? Yeah, there's this song, but I don't know if you know it. Maybe okay, but the kind of the narrative and how you paint it, it's because of vibes. Because there's been quite a few songs. Because is this Spaza kanye into last time? Is that track stand wena umphoxile? Is that track DJ? Yeah, or Simbone. I think Simbone where there's one so yeah. But those are the kind of vibes that I've got from that track because the storyline and the narrative. Yeah, but okay, carry on.
Yeah, no, with Ukazi, I don't want to lie. Now, it's just a song that I thought of, you know, and it came out, it was executed, my father was executing it.
Yeah.
But, you call it outside make clear, but I understand it. It's like the same thing too. With this Tupac influence you have, you know?
Sure.
Do you realize, Ukazi, it's actually Brenda's got a baby? Fuck, man. I'm like, damn, I actually told the exact same shit. Yeah, sometimes it come at me like, do so much, no? Like an artist or whatever, so much. You find out making umculo that sounds like that person's music.
Yeah.
Even though, intentions about the line, but it ended up and I'm like, fuck. Brenda's got a baby, man, and that is where I go. A 5-minute decision came up. That has no effect. I'm gonna do how to and I'm gonna call it Umchita. Sure. Because I just dropped Ukazi like that, a lot of people are gonna have their own stories. Like it's sounding like Tindon. So I just there's no need to ring and then you how to and just call it Umchita.
Tell me, leave it to like No. Oh, you outgrew that, okay? You call him. Not even tell. Oh, fucking Incokoyebhudas.
No. It's been years now. Then I started school. I just have to go there. Sometimes I want to be saying meeting. I'm not going to meeting. No. We like that. Sometimes, and also not just because of that, but even though it comes off harsh, but at the very same time,
sure.
There's new ways, and we understand, but we're influenced by this pop culture, whatever. But
sure.
This new way is actually this new way. You understand?
Okay.
But okay, at least my cabinet out. Another one to put a team. I'm at the top out same for it.
Now,
nobody likes it. I know, I like to bonus way, put it in there. But no disrespect to how much Tamazo.
Sure.
Do your thing and tell everyone to do your things, man.
Oh, so, let me tell you, yeah, I just want to, let me tell you, how's the response outside in terms of the kind of shoots that you've done? Because you know there's and stuff. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? What's happening with you? So how has it been for when as someone who's a model? Because Abanyamandu don't really understand what we're into. Like, oh, I'll try kappa liam kabo. What's it doing? I say kappa.
Because I'll tell now.
Sure.
That's just right over Italian. So we're still in the Western Cape. So Aksuba see la network. still sisesemdlalweni ngiyathola. But of course, even though izinto apart, they are a bit delayed, nje kancane mhlawumbe nge-2 episodes nyani. But at least a move, you understand? So, ekasi kakade, I was one of the people, and I will credit myself, motherfuckers, I will. You know, I was one of the Sakaka Fetekasi. That's one thing for sure.
Sure.
I won't say I'm the best because they're really doing it. But I'm just amongst the Sakaka.
Sure.
Yeah, so it was never a surprise by modeling. It was like, kakati.
Yeah, who is that?
Yeah, it's more kakati because,
Sure.
you know, I'm fanel. So, yeah, I won't say it was much of an issue, but it was just a matter of how far I took it. It is like, and I even had you know, there's this dude that I model with Abando Banins, but say fun and out. Is that dude that I do daily paper shoots with? That's my cousin. I'm only related to his sisters. Hence we look alike now out. You know? So we did daily paper together, even we guys together, like this Kim song, there's a pusha this whole style, rap,
sure,
this hip hop thing, art. So when he just also came into the play, it just all made sense, understand? And you don't get idea, and yeah, particularly it was like we were in the element, like
I
it
got
was
two bars.
it was like Umchita, I'm funny like it's made for them. Yeah.
Shit.
So,
Exactly. So was bringing a life and shit without the madness. Eh?
Facts.
Okay.
Facts. Big
Life and
facts.
shit, bruh.
Facts.
Okay, but so Ndifuna, there's this important question that okay.
Facts.
No, okay.
See?
Okay, sure. Life and shit. What's it gonna say?
It's a fact.
Yeah, it is.
It's a fact.
Yeah, it is a fact. It is a fact.
Life and shit without money is fed. When the emphasis on this word.
Sure.
But that is not to degrade women though. Don't get me
Yeah.
fucked up. Don't get me fucked up, you understand? It's just the terminology as you guys understand.
Yeah.
You must understand, see what I get at. Assistance are the code that we make, and I understand right now those conversations, it's sensitive and
Yeah.
you know, you need to watch what you say to women. It should have been that way since the beginning, but kuba sikhule nathi kunje saphela sisenza so nathi sifunda sisibadala ba it was not supposed to be that way, supposed to be. You understand?
Sure.
But at least we're moving towards something, you know. It's better than ba uhlala city. We're still ignorant. My mate is ihuchi, whatnot, you understand? But that was just to appeal to you like Asikas, you know?
Sure.
Other than me, because that song could have easily went life and shit without the Mali and bitches, and it would have been easily accepted. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But now when I say it's fair, because that's a term that we use and I understand. This is
but I don't understand the sensitivity between the like Louis, because Pasesibiza English, everyone is cool with it. But as soon as you get it to about CBZ language here, everyone gets offended. It's offensive when we say it in Italian too. But Pasesi it's like you easily get away with it.
I believe the issue is it's not even supposed to be Yakumsha at all. It's not even supposed to be used. That is where the issue is. I understand. That is where the issue comes from, you know? With like a lot of people right now today, especially. Tina Sikulas understand these terms. Today, you need to count your words, Sure. You know, not because of Unjan and Kanje, but once again, I'll say it should have been that way since the start, but we didn't know any better, and we just took it and we ran with it, you understand? But also with me, with my little bit of ignorance as well, I went along and I made a song based on the fact that I want to appeal to you like a Sikas, making the content as real as my reality is.
Sure.
Because Nakan Puma to Tiwa, I'm doing mama and was
Sure.
I'm doing.
I do be sure. And that's we even use it to ourselves too. Like
so, you know, it just goes that way. But yeah, we are siphila kwexesha siphila kulo.
Sure.
So we just need to adapt to that.
Alright. Umbuzo wam is ufila njani being a man and associated with everything that's being said now. How does that get to you? Because maybe you ring the amagama that we use from the songs that we make. There's a line that we I don't really cross because I don't mean it this way. This is how I mean it. So for Wena as a Kuteri, like because someone asked me that question and I was like, nah, as a way like men are trash and all this and all this. You become numb to it.
Yeah.
In a way. Because it's the same as Umzekelo City. That's not a normal thing, but it has become like
Let's face it, you know. I was talking about Molweni old age just the other day. But I say unfortunately, you know.
Sure.
So and we expect how's about right? That shit needs counseling, my nigga.
Sure. Sure.
You understand? That shit, but because we just normalized every fucking thing. You know, officially shouldn't be that way. And now to get into your question, you understand? That way it really made us just be cautious, you understand? As much as Sikula and I'm very much harsh on his right.
Sure.
You know, especially as his Talakeles, you know, his Gigizo, Fabiana.
Oh yeah.
You understand? Especially that culture of theirs.
Yeah,
Sure. So, there's a lot of rawness, raw nights in Sikulanga, but even though Tina Pasfika come down, hey dog.
Hey, hey, mate.
Just having coffee, man. You know, because now we I think it's us people that are more into the street culture, whatever, that are more affected, I could say, by his way, because we're more adapting to the Western world. Whereas this like that are like into the Yanos culture, it's still Kakayondana, whatever. And the women there, they still understand that form of lifestyle or whatever.
Sure.
Because they take it as but that's full of
oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Of which I don't agree. You know, I don't agree at time. But what I'm against though is cancel culture.
Cool.
Fuck cancel culture. I don't fuck with it at time.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know that's like fucked up because writing it only affects, I feel like it's black on black crime without any killing, but still harming.
Yeah, it can cause a lot of damage.
You understand? It's black on black crime. Now, Manditi, I'm a teenage young Kulango, no?
Short time.
It's a high school. I will not understand now talks to Abana. Tikuk Manditi can be grade 12. He's not going to grade 8. Wrong. But in his time, when he was grade 8. Okay, sure. Yeah.
And
those are the things that we used to see. So now it's weird now. High school. Now I'm just high school.
Sure.
It's an unfair game now. That's just how you're viewing it as an uneducated young man. You understand about the conversation. It's like why ukuzodlalwa so utheni unfairly because lapho yenza nje lewe
indala kanjani short.
And in most cases abantwana sasigela nabo eclassini sabe sithi zingcosi kwathini.
Sure.
In most cases that was the case, like fika mhlawumbe no I'm mntana wena but seclassini one the same age literally
and sikhule kukhola weba icherry like noba niyalingana icherry ne out icherry is always older than you noba ningathwa in the same age.
Exactly. So now, it becomes a mind fuck to these young kids for a way that they feel like it's a norm. They can understand in that situation, you understand?
Sure.
Because I did the very same thing, and it's not like it was in the middle and that. You understand? So that's just how I feel like instead of just cancelling these young boys, And trust me, be patient with them because there's a lot of ignorance that's going to come into play. Now, but the feeling out
Sure.
now we mag way and don't be quick too. So yeah, with this one, I just feel like a little bit of patience, guidance is needed. I understand. And the way I saw the insecure overnight.
Sure.
Thing
Yeah.
was, the way it's together from Amatime to down to what's happening right now. It's always been that way. So to end a cycle, I don't know when it's overnight then. But it's just gonna cause right now what I'm seeing just going and looking from a distance, you understand?
Shorter.
It's just in a way it might stir up some gender war. Some black on black gender, war like females versus mama out.
Yeah.
You understand?
Because it has become that now. It's
understand?
still in stages because like, oh, I'm a daughter, you are my cousin, you are women, and stuff. So there's always everything that's done now.
Yeah.
So it like, I say, oh, I saw that.
But yeah, let's just hope for the better, This
Sure.
isn't this okay, enough at the time. I just spend this card, Otherwise, this indoors,
Wow, yeah. So much wisdom, like man. But okay, so there's a question that popped up from Umambush. Umambush, basically, shout out to you, Umambush. So, Ufunubuza, in terms of the community, like the question firstly, what does a community mean to you, and what is a community? Because we grew up in an era now where it's not done now. Particularly now we move Makaza, street meetings, as our meetings are started anyway. Because that's where ICAS is being shaped and the direction of where we progressed is the people that live in the section. So to you, what would be your take on that? And do you think it's something that we shouldn't have abandoned? Because I can say that we have. Some classes have, we hardly ever. Then and you'd find kids are not allowed to go there. It's abantu abadala. Light ethile, light kama kumete moshile. Akumete light yabo yenze line and ke ngoku iyazidalele. So sifuna whatever decision that we make, light yakho. No, but now kulapha we agree as abahlali, but as abahlali sizakwenza le way because we can't take more of whatever that he is doing.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing, until right now, you can see by Ainanyan. Because right now, Zofika Mklambi, Guadumdu, Papa Shayo, by Sema Klanga, and Til.
Sure.
I understand Mklambi, who Fugumes about Bandu, whatever. You understand? So, currently, right now, I'm telling you the situation, right now,
Sure.
We are going through UAN right now. Like, Coco now, this war, I think last week Friday, if not the week before.
Sure.
Where so-called Amapara just at war, Gangsters,
Sure.
to a point where now, there's answers getting there's answers how they can because young people are listing out this only temper
Imagine job like shop place.
You understand and because I know this is a lot section don't let them in you can literally go because I'm within a day.
Shit.
That's how small the Worcester is. It's a plus in a term.
Oh yeah.
You understand? It's a plus. So now it's really fucking up the community, understand? Like big time, But by as meetings, whatever,
Sure.
But Worcester is so small that Sazana, not just by his name, Sazana is Otamkulako like Naxutiwa, Ufika Mazuvik, oh no, I'm so over funk and on it.
Oh yeah.
That's how it is.
So
that's how close we are.
Funk you don't funk that. Because when you shop talent, like it's
but it's the government is Spanish. No, funk is my surname, FONK.
Shit. We got the funk. We got the funk. Yeah.
So yeah, because in so I andizuthi ndiyazi uba ngoqhekeze kulobani kubenzima ndithi bana man kusibo mama sepha uhlala phaa umhlala yazi phaa uye lobhathule phaa naseni phaa if sixa kwayiwe njalo masiyekeni because umuntu uyayazi nyani you understand
And we do
but ke ngoku when there's also fear involved akho nto ezawulunga
sure
you understand so I don't know what's my own take on that shit whether it's a positive thing namhlanje or whether because namhlanje is just going to be filled with a lot of fear whereas kuzazikhatha ukamatime ubona uba bulalinye
la plug kokhona plug sure
namhlanje ayikho la plug you understand because umuntu uthethelelwa ngubani uthintini you understand nawe ke waxela kusesa kufojisa ngesikhathini uzawe understand
snitches get stitchy
ngithola kanjani
yeah they do
so bheka indaba zakho ibhlungu lo bheka indaba zakho
hey but even the way ithethayo ta because I was having a discussion yesterday angalowe because we play as first esihlala kuzo because kula question wendibuza ba how does wena as a cheetah feel being associated with like whatever that's being said men are trash and stuff and that mina anyway in Qatar is that you'd find umzekelo phi Delft izitsotsi like zezitsotsi saziba zibethe inhloko ta yabo and we witness them like ziqhekeza ama-cheras umzekelo phambi kwethu there's like unalawe ba there's nothing that you can really do but kodwa le nto ithethayo like say uyayibona isenzeka le way umjiji uphethe intshiza yakhe ubethe icherry yakhe zikopane nerhadi ezitsotsi so ke ngoku you know if noba you decide to speak out you know what's going to happen we have families we have sisters nendoni sinabantwana basendlini nendoni so ezinye situation find us uba sifanele ikona where you can like you turn a blind eye but uyabona but you see it but you're like oh let me not get involved but I hate la way yasekasi
uyacaphisa but for me it's like I said indaba zakho as long as ingachaphazeli wena as an individual that's just how it's going to be that's just what it is not how that's how it is currently because andiziyo ulwelala methi
shorter
you understand bethu inhloko i-out yakhe ngomsaphinda abuyelane na-out yakhe
because the way yenzekayo kukaza namhlanje within a day or two babeyona behamba kunye abantu bakhe ibhombi bahleli isama like
uyantona so ke ngoku ungena izinto ezingafuniyo bona yayi-understanda yena yayi-understanda nabawukhe ikhatyelwa sona
sure
even though ayikho grand kwayo into yoba makakhake but bona indlela yabo abalungisana ngayo leyo yoba wena mawuyidwale
I'm in the ghetto. Etc. So Difuna, any questions that one of the important questions that I think Buke was Bozwa, it's in on your mixtape yako where you said someone asked you about what does life mean to you from like different people I think yeah it's what does life mean when I was I was expecting that response.
But it's life to me means as na line. It means cheetah. It means keep running.
Short.
It means still running.
Short.
It means life in shape with animal in his favor.
Short.
It means as na line. That's what life is to me. It means it's a story told illegally for you and I, for you and me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what life is.
I mean, Brian, any last words that you'd like to?
Say like a movie. Say state of hip hop right now, but if you kick down Nanya, what's happening? As the Sibambo show, you understand?
Sure.
Let's move as a unit. Fuck the push thing, you know. That's how they did it, the marketing had the Spanish.
I saw that post of yours, nice screenshot, and I put
Spanish swim play.
Sure.
I go grand in the Obama si push. So, did you copy track and change? I'm not copy track. It happened. And I don't want to mention anything because Naman Fundus Vanilla is unnecessary.
Sure,
Because these
yeah.
are people that I fuck with Naman.
Yeah.
It happened just last week. Coffe a project. Nami wafuna Coffe yakhe. Understand? So now you guys are putting us in a situation, but simamelo. Yeah, sihambe no siye go. Understand? Because bafethu sonke sigane la chance. You understand? As much as I know about, by you giving Uviki chance, I'll gain it for all. But also remember that you are also losing at the same time. Understand? So yeah, and as for Victim Bafethu, EP is under construction. Bafethu, Woodland Records. I'm putting this out right now. No, I'm not actually. Okay, Bafethu. Movie, yes, Bafethu.
Sure that.
Yeah, I know. So except Bafethu, it's gonna be a movie. 2022. Bafethu. This is just means about.
Hayi ke bafethu livile Mr. Victor nangomso ufong zambiza ufong I think zambiza ufong except then ngosi kakhulu man we appreciate this and everyone who will be watching this obviously kwaba fike kule party that means you enjoyed the whole thing because sesifike ekugqibeleni and shout out to you my brother
shout out to you for the platform
shout out to you for the
platform you know it's abantu bayithinga le niche apho they need the space understand I feel like Sabaya that actually need Jay's part to tell our stories, you understand?
Sure,
platforms such as these when we can be ourselves, you understand? And keep doing what you do.
Baphulaphuli bakuthi thina siyahamba ngoko sanibona next of next year. Shota.
Wena ungukhanda chisa subambekisa izodibanisa inhloko nebhuda budi yandinge eqongeni budi yahluphe